Okay guys, what I have here is a 26 gallon gas tank, plastic gas tank from a 2000 GMC Sierra extended cab pickup 1500. It's a 4-wheel drive. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this retaining ring for the fuel pump right there. It has two electrical connectors. One of them is for the evaporative purge canister, one of them is for the fuel pump and the sending unit. But and then you have the fuel filler tube right here. I just took out the three 10mm bolts, unbolted them from right there, pull them right down, and remove the ground cable from the body, and removed all the fuel lines, 3 fuel lines. It goes to here. Move the purge canister. It's the evaporative purge canister right here. The 3 lines connect to them. One bracket, the front. This is the front bracket for the fuel tank. 1 bolt each. 15mm. Use a 15mm socket. Right there, 15mm socket, and a long extension like a 14-inch extension. This is a Mac Tools extension, SK 15mm socket, snap-on swivel. It's a snap-on swivel head ratchet, and pretty much simple. This is how it looks. Goes to here, here. Right there, there's the hookup. There's the hookup. Basically, you squeeze. These are tabs. You squeeze and push in, squeeze and pull out. So you don't need no special tools. All it is just by squeezing. You just squeeze these 2 tabs and you pull out the other end and you disconnect the fuel lines. Very simple. Squeeze the tabs and just pull. Put it back in. And you push it in until it snaps into place, and that's it. You don't need no fuel line disconnect tools or whatever, because it's all by squeezing. Squeeze to disconnect. Very simple. See? This is where all the fuel tank used to bolt up to. Purge canister is sliding in place right here. This is the bracket for the purge canister. That's how it pretty much looks. 2 wire harnesses. 2 wire harnesses. One I guess for the evaporative canister, one for the fuel sending unit and the fuel pump. So whenever you have a purge canister on it or the evap canister, you're gonna have 2 wires. So just remember that whenever you have an evap canister, you're gonna have 2 wires to the fuel pump. So whenever you order a fuel pump, they're gonna be asking you if it has 1 wire or 2 wire. Whenever it has an evap canister, it's gonna have 2 wire harnesses like this, 2 connectors, and then one goes through the evap canister. We're just gonna hook up to right here in the front of the fuel tank. Yep. So it's gonna snap right into place. Just remember that. When you have an evap canister, you have 2 wires, two connectors. So you order the fuel pump with the 2 connectors, so you don't get confused and you have to return it and order a new one again. So evap canister, 2 connectors. Just remember that. Okay. Very simple. You're just using socket, a 15mm socket, an extension, snap-on ratchet. Alright, there's the evap canister. Very simple. 10mm socket to unbolt the fuel filler tube from the body. That's it. Pretty much simple. And what I used is before I dropped the tank, I used inline electronic fuel pump, electric fuel pump. I hooked up some clear tubing, clear hoses to it. Shoved it right inside a filler tube right here. Put one end inside 5-gallon gas cans and hook it up direct to the battery and let it pump all the fuel out of the tank, and just keep on replacing 5-gallon tanks to fill it all up. And then you got an empty tank, then you can start working on it. Just to remove the tank alone took me about 15 or 20 minutes. It was a simple job, very fast. You don't have to even, as you can see right there, you don't even have to jack up the truck. You can just go right under and just work on it. I didn't even have a jack to lower this tank. I just removed the brackets and just pull it right down, disconnected all the fittings and whatever. But before I remove it, I'm gonna mark it with some correction pen, white correction pen. Mark the placement so I know where the direction of this is going. So I'm gonna mark there, so I can line up the hoses to the markings on the bottom, so I can get the correct placement, and then just loosen everything and just replace it. That's about it, folks. To remove the gas tank on a 2000 GMC Sierra 1500 extended cab 4-wheel drive with an evap canister.